There's a Misfits. The song's called Green Hell. It's a classic if you're into the Misfits. And green or otherwise, life is hell in Wuhan, China, which was ground zero for the coronavirus. They're starting to see Chinese cases of the coronavirus taper off. But if you have been paying attention to any of the social media coming out of China, what they can get out, you might have seen the Wuhan shake go viral. As people have stopped shaking hands, there are videos of people shaking feet, saying, hey, this is how we're going to start greeting each other now. They're wearing masks and no one's touching each other. And they're saying hello to each other by tapping their feet together.
Touch my shoes, I'm going to kick you in the face.
You think so?
Yeah.
Somebody tries a Wuhan shake on Bill Squire.
Wuhan shake me.
Right.
I thought this was like
I'd rather get coronavirus than get my J scuffed.
Like that Harlem Shake thing that went, pardon the pun, viral. I was like, what's the
remember
Wuhan
that?
shake?
That was like 6 or 7 years ago, the Harlem Shake.
I remember doing that in film class.
Everybody was doing it, right? Like, every radio station would tell their people, hey, want to go viral, do a Harlem Shake. Somebody around here probably did a Harlem Shake. I don't think we
did one on Rover.
Did they?
A lot of people did it. But TV station.
We were going to do
all
one,
kinds of
but by
stuff.
the time we got it together, it was like...
There had been 4 billion of them.
2 days, and everybody was like, that's enough.
Yeah, in 2 days there had been 4 billion of them.
It was so
People were
annoying.
doing them in the back of ambulances, dressed up like Spider-Man and
Right.
San Francisco Chicken.
That was so
San
dumb.
Diego Chicken.
Now looking back on it, I'm like, why? Why will we put ourselves through that?
Because there was like 8 that were good. Of like the millions that were made, there were some that were really,
the ones
really
that were
clever.
under, like there was like one of the Olympians like doing it underwater. That was pretty dope. Like they had furniture set up underwater. So I mean that was. Cool,
I actually didn't mind it because the setup of it. The setup of it I didn't mind, where it was like one person in a room of other people doing something, and then they would cut, and evereverybody would be going kooky.
It's goofy.
It's goofy.
Yeah, stupid.
Well,
what was
okay,
it? Was it Blippy that did the one where he pooped?
What?
It's like this kid's content creator, and before he was that, he did a Harlem Shake where he was like waiting for once it dropped, he just started pooping all over the place.
Right. That when Blippy got huge on YouTube.
Oh, and he's the one with the Disney Channel show, right? Or
well, he has now.
Nickelodeon?
Yeah, but before that, when he started to get big on these kids channels, because my daughter had a Blippy phase for
I remember this
like
now.
a week.
Yeah, I showed it to you.
I was like, this is now starting to come back. Yeah.
And now this guy, but before that, they were like, this guy used to like do poop videos and stuff. It's like, well, but he found a way to monetize something else. You know, there's a sucker born every minute, and if those suckers are under the age of 10, you can make a lot of money. By the way, speaking of coronavirus, they said no children worldwide, no kids under the age of 10 have died.
Oh, wow.
Despite many of them being infected.
Just old
so
people.
they're like, it's old people who are already...
Why they gotta say it? You're gonna jinx it, man. Just
let
know
it
that
go, yeah.
and don't say it, because now I feel like it's gonna happen.
Well, I'm not the first person to say it.
No,
I'm
not
not
you.
saying
He's
it's on
the
you, but like they
actual
reported
CDC.
it.
It's like The Ring, you know? You watch that, 7 days.
Oh, it's like talking about a no-hitter. Like if someone's throwing a no-hitter, you don't talk about him throwing a no-hitter.
Yeah.
For someone with no faith, sure, weird about sports.
Yeah,
Don't
well,
say no hitter, because then what?
That's
what happens. You gotta believe in the no hitter.
That's the unwritten rule. Of course, I'm also not in the dugout.
I'm just saying.
So
Funny take. That's all.
Hey, religion didn't corner
Religion.
religion or religion, whatever. You take it however you like. Religion didn't corner the market on hypocrisy. Atheism's got it too.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, they said that no children, because anytime something like this kind of starts whipping through the population, they always say the very young and the very old are the ones that are most susceptible to it. But they said no kids, at least what I read, no kids under 10 have died from this. And a lot of them have gotten it.
I wonder if I'm more susceptible to it because of my H1N1.
Well, and
No,
that
they're
was
different.
but that
They're
was my.
different.
I understand
But
that, but
that
I'm
was my
still infected
question.
with something.
Why are
That
you
was my
yelling?
question. He's always yelling.
I don't want to die.
That was my question to you last week: is whether or not that would make you more susceptible. But the outliers in this is, people start to freak out because if you go into it and you go, okay, kids and old people, I'm fine with that because we've given up a long time ago on pretending we care about kids.
What if you're ugly?
So they're like, kids and old people are fine. Then they go, well, mostly old people. But they go, but then there was that 30-year-old guy. And they go, yeah, but those are people that like didn't know they had a condition until they got this.
Right.
So they're like, they got this thing and then found out that they had a weak heart.
Yeah.
Like when a high school basketball player drops dead on the floor and they go, he had a heart murmur and nobody knew.
Yeah.
One of
a
those
murmur?
things.
It's
An irregular heartbeat.
It wasn't your crossover, Terry. He had a condition.
I thought it was a hole in your heart. Was a heart murmur.
I thought it was just an irregular heartbeat.
I thought my brother has a heart murmur, and I thought it was like a hole.
A heart murmur. Heart murmur can have causes that aren't due to underlying disease.
No, but it doesn't tell us what it is.
Sounds during your heartbeat cycle made by turbulent blood.
Ooh.
Who are also at the Agora for that all fizzed up festival. Turbulent blood is going to be there.
All right, you basic bitches.
Please give it up for Turbulent Blood. What was the latest band name I wrote down that I liked? Oh, I was in the car and We Didn't Start the Fire was on. Mm-hmm. Billy Joel's song. He goes, Space Monkey Mafia. That's a great
Monkey
name for
Mafia.
Space Monkey Mafia. Because
That's a great name.
I had watched that documentary. I talked about it last week, that documentary called Hired Gun, about people who go on tour with big acts, and they're the ones making $100 a night while the main person is the millionaire. And a lot of it was focused on the guys who came up with Billy Joel. And then one year he just said,
I quit.
You're not in the band anymore, yeah. And one guy killed himself, and the drummer was the drummer was going through like his second divorce, and had just told his wife to take everything because he figured he'd be fine because he was Billy Joel's drummer.
Yeah.
And then he just didn't get a call back, whatever.
That's crazy.
And then We Didn't Start the Fire was on, and that song's like catnip to me.
You love it.
that song.
You go nuts over it.
Great
oh,
Cuckoo for
man.
Cocoa Puffs
I'll tell
over
you
here.
what, I can't.
Space Monkey Mafia.
Space Monkey Mafia. I can't turn it off. I mean, that is it. I don't know that people ever lump that in with novelty songs. People are very dismissive of novelty songs.
YMCA.
Or I Get Knocked Down, Chumbawamba,
Well, one-hit
Tub Thumping.
wonders.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people write those off as novelty songs. Or like if that band was any good, they'd have more songs. Except a band like Chumbawamba has been around for 30 years and done songs in the rest of the world that people care about.
Right.
Here we don't. But We Didn't Start the Fire is a song that Billy Joel wasn't particularly fond of, and then he turned it into something. But I consider that a novelty song.
Sure.
He's got obviously a very broad...
Yeah, his catalog is ridiculous
Yes.
with like the genres that he kind of weaves in and out of. But I love it. I love Billy Joel.
Yeah, same with Lou Bega, that Mambo No. 5. You know, real
Still
novelty
waiting on
song.
6, man.
Because
Real
your
novelty song.
name was in it. That's
that
why
was
you
like
liked
the
it.
first song that I heard that I was like, oh, he's talking about me. And I was in like
Yeah, you and
elementary school.
4,000 other girls, though.
I was in elementary school,
Yeah.
and there were no other little girls named Mary. I had an old lady name.
You do have an old lady.
I do have an old lady name. Mary Lynn Louise. Are you kidding me?
Mary's not an old lady name.
It
It is
is.
an old lady name.
It is?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm named after my grandmother.
Huh.
There are few Marys that are
But
my
I feel
age.
like that's coming back around. There are a lot of people naming their kids kind of older names of their pretty names. Like my daughter, her little best friend's name is Georgia.
My niece's name is Georgia.
And I think there's a lot of those names kind of coming back around. Like you might name your daughter Pearl, which is like and for a lot of these people, it was their grandmother's name and it's an homage or whatever.
Yeah.
But it puts those names back in the cycle.
My niece is named Evelyn, and that's kind of an old lady
Evelyn.
name.
yeah.
Because on the one hand, you never meet a baby named Monty.
Yeah.
I would love
Does
to.
he have a monocle? Monty the baby?
But you'll meet a guy named Monty and go, well, he was a baby at some
Some
point.
point, yeah.
Monty is perfect.
Montgomery.
Oh, is that what it's short for?
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
I didn't
Montgomery.
know.
Excellent. Yeah, Monty.
That's hilarious.
It's a good name for a baby.
But yeah, that's why I liked Mambo No. 5. And then Nirvana song too.
The Nirvana cover of Mambo No. 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Little bit of heroin in my blood.
in my veins, little bit of shotgun in my mouth.
Come on, you gotta rhyme, man.
Sorry, I got ahead of myself there. What are some recent bands I've written down? You guys can tell me if they suck or not, and I'll delete them, okay?
Okay.
Because I always keep a list of these dopey names that we come up with. So Space Monkey Mafia, I think
Love that
we
one.
like that, okay. Critical Tip.
Okay,
Is that all right?
that's okay.
Okay, I hear
I'm
that
gonna
as
put that one.
That's an opening band.
Yeah, it's
more of like a tech prog outfit, right?
Sure.
Okay. Badgered by a Weirdo.
too long.
Too long, okay?
Yeah.
Gone.
See, this is why I need you guys to help me with these, because I'll go through them sometimes myself and dump some out. Strip Club Wedgie. Too obvious.
5 out of 10.
If it doesn't knock you out.
Oh, okay, it doesn't knock me out.
Gotcha, okay. Potential Coffin.
I like
that
that.
one.
Okay. Discount Skydive.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that one. The
like that
Impending
one?
Doom. Yes.
Okay. poon catalog.
Yeah, I love it.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Heather has to have C-sections.
It's long,
It's
but
long,
I don't
but
hate it.
okay. Falcon sex hats.
I like it.
It feels a little random to me.
It is.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the whole idea.
Crust ratio.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
that's a good one. Crust ratio.
Laser.
We are crust ratio.
Yeah. Laser meat.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Okay.
like laser meat.
Bring me the desk of Marie Antoinette.
I don't like that.
Okay.
That
Well, it's a
could
little
be,
My
that could
Chemical
be,
Romancy.
I was gonna
it?
say that
Yeah.
could be the title of a song
Yeah.
Okay.
for crust meat. Or wait,
Okay.
what was it? Laser meat.
Laser meat.
Laser
Crust
meat.
meat.
I'll send that off to Ween. Maybe they can do something with
Yeah.
it. The fraudulent midwives.
I like it.
Okay.
Okay. Fish tank torso.
Sure.
I don't like
Yeah,
that one.
okay.
I like the visualizing.
I like
it makes
it.
it
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
picture
keep
of
it.
it.
Keep it. Yeah.
The one my son gave me, Putin's gooch.
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
that one.
And it's so timely. I'm not going to go through all these, but
Yeah.
these are some recent additions. Hoover Dam standoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Song title.
Gone.
Again.
Graveyard twerker.
I like it.
Yeah. You do?
I do like it. Yeah.
I feel like it's going to sound dated.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that's how band names are.
Okay.
You think Fall Out Boy still wants to be called Fall Out Boy?
Yes, because they're the
Nope.
best band that's ever been created ever.
Yeah, but they don't. They would much rather have a different name.
Boy, I'll tell you what.
don't think so.
Fallout Boy, they're a hometown band of mine,
I
right?
love Fall Out Boy.
Hits.
So when I was on the air at home in 06, I just moved back, and Fall Out Boy, we were playing them all the time, right? And I didn't really care about Fall Out Boy. I thought they were not for me, right? They were kind of a scene band,
Yeah.
whatever. But boy, 15 years later or
Still
whatever.
doing it.
Well, I don't mean that. I mean those songs. The songs aren't any better, but they kind of hit me differently. So when I hear them, I go, that's kind of a banger.
My favorite song by them is Hum Hallelujah. That's my.
I like Thanks for the Memories.
Hallelujah.
They had
that one.
I will give them credit. They had a pretty solid
Bang the
turn of
dole
phrase.
drums.
They had a good. Well, it was a little pun heavy for
What's
me.
it like? Dance, dance. Is that?
Yeah.
Dance, dance. Yeah, that's a
Danish
big one.
silo implosion.
Too much.
Too much.
Danish silo though.
Suspected fetus.
I like that.
You would.
We talked about Planned Parenthood last segment.
Overwhelmed by sausage.
No.
No.
Okay.
That should be a brunch dish.
That should be just something that Poundcake says every once in a while. I was at his party. I was overwhelmed by sausage.
Pretty sure I came up with that one. And that's why I
Overwhelmed
wrote
by
that.
sausage.
I'm pretty sure I said that.
Rude at a funeral.
I kind of like that.
I like that
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Helen Mitzi's coffee lunch gallery.
No.
Too much.
All right. Well, anyway, I'll end there. But thank you. You helped me kind of. I don't know what the hell I'm ever going to do with any of these. Probably nothing.
We
But
need to make
there
a
it is.
tour shirt, like a festival shirt. Mm-hmm. That's like AC Crumbcatcher presents. And then it's what fest?
Cockstock.
Cockstock. And
I've
then
been
it's
talking.
all of
Except
our
that's
fake,
supposed to be a smooth jazz.
It's
festival.
all of our fake band
Yeah, well,
names.
it's evolved since then.
Has it?
I don't know.
There
You
can
know-
be a headliner.
Fake things can evolve, right?
They can, but I don't know that Cockstock has. I would like it to be the world's first death metal / smooth jazz festival.
They go hand in hand.
Kenny G and
He still does that?
Amon Amarth. What?
Every time you say Kenny G, that. Okay, so it's
Yeah, it still does that. Yeah, a saxophone player gets their wings. When Jim Tews was in here talking about the saxophone, and Kenny G was.
He was at his album release party on Friday. He played Careless Whisper. Like, he had all these talents because it was kind of like a fun show. It wasn't just
Like a
like
variety
straight
show,
stand up.
yeah.
And that's a
So,
sweaty
like,
sax, too.
Yeah, yeah. So he was playing it, and like it didn't sound great, and so we were on stage, like kind of dancing along with it, and I just like look over at him, and I go, "Is that the right kind of saxophone?" He just starts cracking up.
There is
and
no wrong
playing
kind of
worse,
saxophone.
and it was very funny.
A lot of people are suggesting that I just tweak it to overwhelming sausage. Is that any better?
What was it?
Overwhelmed.
It was
By
overwhelmed
sausage.
by sausage. Some people are suggesting overwhelming sausage. Again,
Overwhelming sausage. I mean, it rolls off the tongue, you know?
right.
Hopefully.
Wow, I heard from a lot of our bureau chiefs in Nashville, by the way. They got hammered.
That's sad.
Do
With
we all
what?
have friends in... A tornado went through downtown Nashville.
Family
Wow.
down there, yeah.
Do we all have friends in Nashville?
I have a couple comedian friends, but not like text them.
I have like friends that I went to high school with that live there. I've got some family members who live there. Some people I used to work with live in Nashville.
I got a couple Trump supporter friends down there. Yeah.
19...
Taylor Swift lives there, right?
Does she?
Jason Aldean, they all have houses there.
19 people died. It tore up 40 buildings
many?
around the city. Huh? 19 people, Bill. Please, let's have a moment of silence for the people who were killed when a tornado ripped through Nashville in the early hours of yesterday. So I thought it was like somewhere like outside Nashville. Went through like downtown
So it
Nashville.
ruined like restaurants and apartment buildings and things like that?
Yeah, 40 buildings collapsed around the city.
That's so
That's
crazy.
it's literally devastating.
The town of Mount Juliet, which is 20 miles to the east of Nashville, had apparently just taken the brunt of it. 50,000 people without power. Just hardcore people, buildings and people, and wow, it's crazy.
Oh my God! Tornado! Tornado!
Right.
There was, when I was a kid, there was like I think a tornado touchdown in Berea, like years and years and years ago, and it was a huge deal, and everybody was freaking out. But I mean, I feel like we don't get that in Ohio.
My mom was in a
Yeah, we get 'em
tornado.
from time to time. We had one in Medina when I was a kid too.
Yeah.
My
And,
mom
like,
was.
destroyed a kid's house. Like
Really?
Yeah, his family was displaced for a while.
My mom used to tell us about the tornado she was in. Remember the movie Twister with Bill Paxton, where they were at the drive-in movie theater and like tore through. My mom, when we saw that movie, she goes, "That's what it was like when I was." She was like in high school, and they were at a drive-in,
That's crazy.
and everybody, they used to have those things underground at a drive-in. You could go down and.
Now, what caused it? It's just like high pressure and low pressure coming together or something like
I
that?
think so. Yeah.
Two
I think
systems meeting in
gays,
the wrong...
dummy.
Oh, gays.
Gays,
Sorry.
yeah.
gay people in Nashville. It's Music City. That's code for gays.
Sorry.
But yeah, my mom was in one of those where like
Better
they had
be.
to go underground, and then you come out and the whole thing's torn up, and you know.
Hey! Good thing I live underground.
You do live underground. Except with
Thanks,
you, anytime you
tornadoes.
hear a freight train, you don't know if it's a tornado or an actual freight train.
That's true.
Because there's that track, that goes right through.
Plus, I always feel like everyone says go to the basement, but I feel like that's the worst place to go because there's no place to escape. Like, what if everything collapses on top of you? And then.
No.
Oh my God! Tornado! Tornado! Like, yeah,
That's
you
why
might
they
be
say, like,
safe,
crawl
but you'll be
spaces
trapped.
and things. Well, because you're literally in the ground. You're in there, and then you can kind of get out through the door as long as the door's not blocked, I
But
guess.
that's what I'm saying. The door's blocked and you're not going to know because there's no windows, there's nothing.
Yeah, but
Right.
where else would you go? I mean, you kind
You're
of
not gonna
have to
go
go into your
up.
basement. Yeah.
I feel like.
If you have, a lot of people don't have basements.
Where would you go if a tornado were coming?
Strap me to something.
To what? It's going to take all of it with it. And if it's not in the ground or a part of the ground, the tornado is going to destroy it.
Strap me to something, he says.
Like a kitchen table? What do you mean strap me to something? Am I supposed to strap it to my face? Hey.
Like it'll rip right through your house.
The whole house, everything.
But, okay, but like there should be like a hole in the ground where we could be
Called a
strapped.
crawl
It's
space.
what
the
we're
wall.
talking about.
But-
It's the
That's so
Yes,
much poop.
But I don't think it should be inside of a building. Like maybe like a bunker or something like that.
yeah, but there could be debris everywhere, no matter what.
Yes, but get it in the middle of a field somewhere where there's no trees. And then that way.
Okay, so just run out.
tornado
tornado
holes?
coming. Let's get in this tornado
You
hole.
gotta,
Let's
you
get in
need
the
a
tornado
tornado
hole.
hole, and you have
He
to.
might be onto something.
You have to run. You have to outrun the tornado to get in your hole.
Yes, but like rarely.
Here's what the
do
alarm is for the
tornadoes-
tornado hole. Everybody run to the tornado hole.
But I think most people, don't they have some warning before a tornado comes? Don't the meteorologists tell you what's going
Yeah,
on?
they tell you like, oh, expect high winds. It could turn into this, but it's.
But you don't know where
But
it's
the
gonna
thing
touch
is,
down,
moving what,
and
like
it's-
80 miles per hour? Those things are fast,
yeah,
aren't
that
they?
doesn't-
Oh, faster than that.
Hundreds of miles per
Yeah,
hour.
it can be.
Tens even.
Tens of miles per hour. Yeah.
I said 80.
You can ride on your bike and outrun it.
Well, good. Get in your tornado hole.
Bad tornado outbreak in the mid-'80s in northeast Ohio and northwest Pennsylvania. My house was destroyed in a freak November 2002 tornado in western PA. There you go.
Oh my God! Tornado! Tornado!
And that's what they
Part of the
sound like
country
in
is
Pennsylvania.
tornadoes. Oklahoma?
Well, Tornado Alley goes up through the plains states. Missouri, Tennessee, like
All this.
St. Louis is
Tennessee's
always...
a plain state? That's all the way over here.
Well, part of it, because part of it's very mountainous. Like over here. It's,
the flat parts,
do you
though.
know how maps work?
Yeah. Did you not hear me say it's over here? That's very scientific.
Kansas.
But you can see like where the elevation is.
Yeah.
on the-
Maybe
Don't
you
talk down to me about
Maybe
elevation.
you. He has to talk down to you. You live underground.
Whatever.
Maybe
Not
your
for long.
apartment could be a designated
Tornado hole.
tornado hole.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Tornado! Tornado!
As climate change increasingly does weird things to the weather, and tornadoes invariably become more frequent in northeast Ohio, you could potentially rent that place out as a tornado hole. right? Mm-hmm. You could have some snacks.
Yes.
You could have, I don't know.
It's a lounge.
Why have your last minutes on Earth cowering in a corner? Have some fun at Mary Santora's Tornado Hole.
Come on down to the Tornado Lounge.
Tornado Hole.
Yeah.
Santornado.
Santornado.
Yeah.
Don't miss this opportunity
Hey!
to save your
Drink
life.
specials till 3. All right.
You know what? I'm pass.
And the drinks are just carbonated water.
Fine.
That's all
So
it is.
Bill doesn't want to do it.
He doesn't have to. He's not allowed in.
More room for someone else.
I clearly don't know how elevation works, so you don't get to come into my subterranean tornado hole.
All right. I've got what for you? Ooh, All Fizzed Up. Don't know what to do. All Fizzed Up is Saturday, March 21st. It is the Hard Seltzer Fest. First ever in Cleveland at the Agora. If you want to go to that, a couple of tickets for you after the break. 35192 to text for anything or get to us at alancoxshow.com.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS and everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Universal Windows Direct Weather Center, WMMS Weather.
Hey guys, chance of light rain early tonight, dry overnight. We're in the 30s by morning. For tomorrow,